everything's basically done, we're just powering down, so how are you feeling?
I feel great. I mean, I rehydrated, I ate a little bit of food, I'm going to go carb up a little bit more, and then just prepare for fight night. It was awesome. I mean, they already kind of know me from the show, and they know what I need to work on, and they know my weaknesses, so I just focused on that. I told them who I was fighting, what kind of guy he was, and they said, okay, well, we're going to work on everything that you need to work on. Hit every single hole, all the small things. There was nothing too major, and they just pushed me every single day. There was no easy training sessions. Basically, if I didn't get cut from the UFC, I'd be fighting a world-class fighter. So why not? And let's put it this way, I lost a split decision, and if I had lost in the UFC, they would have cut me either way. That would have been 2 losses. So I'm not really taking any risks here fighting a guy that's undefeated. I'd be fighting somebody really good either way, and I'm just getting paid a little less. That's all it is. I think right now I'm kind of over it as far as emotionally. My performance at the finale it was horrible, to be honest, and I was upset afterwards, not even because of the loss, more so because of the performance. I mean, I cried in the back room with my girlfriend. I was a mess, and she was like, it's okay, we'll get you another fight and we'll make it up. And I was like, no, I'm getting cut. And she was like, what are you talking about? And everybody else that fought on the card was like, you're out of your mind. And I was like, no, I'm going to get cut. And they were like, you made it to the Ultimate Fighter finale. And I was like, no, it was a bad performance. It was like, you look at any of my fights, I've had close fights, I've had comeback fights, but I've never had a bad performance. And that was literally the worst spot to have one, and I did. So when I actually got in the paperwork that I got cut, I was just kind of like, I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. And then probably a week later, it really hit me like, I got to pretty much do it all over again. Everything I did, it almost like didn't matter. So that sucked. But, you know, I knew I'd be fighting for Cage Titans. I tried picking up a fight on the last one. I couldn't find an opponent. But I got one now, so I'm just focusing on tomorrow night at Cage Titans, and then we'll talk about UFC if I get the win. Just me being me. I mean, same thing. It's just I took all my tools that I've gotten from South Shore Sport Fighting, and I showed up to the Ultimate Fighter, and they said, we're going to try and fix everything that you need work on. They said, we're not going to change anything you're good at because that'll just ruin you. We'll add on to it, and we'll give you extra tools, but you're just going to go in there and do you. So that's what I did. I went in there and did me, and I had a mental edge just knowing how hard we were working. I knew that I was working harder than anybody else in the 55 tournament.
Would you say that was a good experience, taking away the finale?
I think it was a great experience. Honestly, I think the finale was a good experience because, and it's like people say I sound cocky when I say it or I sound bitter, but Mike Trizano he didn't get lucky, but the timing of the fight was perfect. Because as I was trying to explain to people, I trained to beat Mike Trizano on my best day, and unfortunately it wasn't my best day. So now mentally I know that I need to be able to beat people on my worst day. If I walk into a fight on my deathbed, I still need to be ready to beat you. And everything kind of fell apart during that fight, and I wasn't at my best and I didn't perform. But if that happens again, I'm still going to get the finish and I'm still going to win because now I know. Even though I lost because of a bad performance, I learned a lot. So there's always a bright side. I think he has a perfect style to beat me, and that's why I wanted to fight. I think that he could take me down and just control me, ride me out for 3 rounds. I think that if he catches me with a good shot, maybe he can knock me out. But I'm prepared for it all, and that's it. I mean, like I said, this is the toughest fight. This might be a tougher fight than Trizano. So I feel good, and I feel like I'm on my A game. So I'm ready to beat him on my worst day, but I think tomorrow it's going to be one of my best performances. I think it's going to be a good fight. I mean, I'm just ready to go out there and dominate and impose my will. Thank you to everybody at South Shore Sport Fighting. Literally the reason I'm here. Thank you to everybody at AKA, everybody that's given me support following the fight. I've been talking to Darren Till actually lately. He's a fan. So us both coming off our first loss and bad performances, and we're both not happy about it. Something we kind of relate. DC for everything. Luis Pena, Violent Bob Ross, Duran Wynn, KD, Kyle Driscoll. Everybody out there in California helped me out. It was awesome. Cain Velasquez, working with Khabib, like they're all the best. And they don't care who you are. You go out there, they're gonna kick your ass, and like that's what they did. Is they kicked my ass for an entire month. So thank you to everybody there. Thank you for everybody that helped me, bought tickets, and it just means the world that you guys still support me.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
No problem.